Lynn made a shocking discovery while cleaning the house. Her son had drawn a disturbing picture. Suddenly, a noise came from outside the window. Curious, Lynn rushed to take a look and saw a small bird that had been struck dead. Before she could process what had happened, countless birds began diving into the window in a suicidal frenzy. The bizarre incident quickly caught the attention of the local health authorities. Initially, they suspected the birds might have been infected with the disease, so they collected the carcasses for testing. However, the results showed that the birds weren't carrying any pathogens. At this point, Lynn had no idea that even stranger events were about to unfold. Lynn worked as a real estate agent. At first, she and her husband didn't pay much attention to these odd occurrences. However, in the middle of that very night, Lynn discovered the fridge had been ransacked and the back door was wide open. Her husband, Keith, thought it might have just been a small animal that had wandered into their home. The next day, Keith left for a job hunt as if nothing had happened, while Lynn went to work. Lynn was in the middle of showing a property to a couple when, just as they were about to close the deal, she suddenly found herself unable to speak or control her body. She stared blankly ahead, repeatedly slamming into the glass wall. The terrified clients called out her name, but Lynn was unresponsive. When she came to, Lynn was drenched in cold sweat. She thought it had just been a nightmare, but when she went to the bathroom to freshen up, she noticed blood on her forehead. Just then, the phone rang. It was her boss, demanding to know why she had gone crazy and crashed into the glass while showing a property. Hearing this, a bewildered Lynn quickly checked the time on her phone and realized it was already past 3 p.m. Just like that, Lynn lost her job too. That evening, Keith returned home in high spirits, telling Lynn he had finally found a job he was happy with. Hearing the news, Lynn was thrilled, and the couple celebrated together. However, in the middle of the night, Lynn noticed a shadowy figure moving in her younger son's room, but the boy was nowhere to be found. Keith also came running when he heard the commotion. The couple searched the house in a panic, finally finding their son standing half naked in the yard. Back inside, a shaken Lynn told Keith about the shadow she had seen, but he thought she might have been hallucinating. But then, the horror visited Keith as well. In the early hours of the morning, Keith was found standing stiffly in the middle of the yard, just like his son had been.